name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 7:31 p.m.
Right guys, so I'm sorry I haven't done a video earlier on, but I haven't been feeling too well. And it's a great contrast from this morning. So this morning I was trying to keep fit across the field and I felt okay. But obviously I have said to people that I suffer from chronic pain. So there was a lot of loud noises down Rochester High Street and the surrounding areas. And there was really loud noises from the builders near Costa Coffee this morning. So it gives you a headache, doesn't it? It stresses you out and gives you a headache. So I haven't heard from my mum Jennifer since this morning, since that phone call she gave me saying that she had a stomachache. My mum said she had a stomachache and that she thinks maybe we should move in together. And I'm Jennifer's daughter, so that would be two females living with each other. So I haven't heard from my mum since, so I hope she's all right. So there was a very, very strong incense smell that I inhaled down Rochester High Street. And if you go in the Oxfam bookshop, it smells of incense. Now normally it doesn't affect me, but today, what happened was, right, I went to look at a game on my phone just after, I walked Max around 2 o'clock this afternoon and I felt perfectly fine. So I walked him around the field and I also suffer from migraines. I take Tizafen for migraines. So I walked around the field and I felt perfectly fine. There wasn't anybody on there. I was just walking normally and I came home to my flat. Then I made myself a cup of coffee. I'd eaten a burger from that newsagent's down Rochester High Street. And I was trying to play a game on my phone and a migraine started. And you know, you get flashing in front of your eyes. My dad used to get it, like zigzag lines in front of my right eye. And I couldn't see properly out of my right eye. Now I'd gone into Rochester Library and there was a blind lady in there. There was deaf people and blind people sat at a table. And this blind girl was staring at me, but she wasn't, obviously, did you know what I mean? I've been out with a blind person. They look, but they can't see you. So I'd gone into the library and this lady, I went to check my books out and the grey-haired lady told me off. Now I'm 54 years old. I'm probably older than the lady that told me off. She said to me, you should have done that from the beginning. She's very, very she tells you off. And I'm 54 years old, so I went to check my books out and she went, you should have done that from the beginning. Or I've got to go all through this one by one. And I didn't get cross, I didn't get angry. That's how people treat me, like I'm a kid. I get used to it. Anyway, so when I came home from the field, I made myself a coffee. I went to look at my phone and a migraine come on. And when migraines, they start with an aura. So you get flashing lights in front of your eyes and you can go numb in the fingers and get a severe headache. So I've been resting for a couple of hours, resting. I didn't go to bed. I wasn't in bed in my bedroom. A white car drew up outside my bedroom window and I haven't seen this white car for ages. And remember that my son had a white BMW. He doesn't live here anymore, he lives in London. I saw him briefly for 15 minutes where I had a Costa Coffee with him and his friend a couple of days ago. right? He's gone back to London. He does not live with me. I live by myself. And my mum's talking about me moving in with her. Right, I'm not moving in with my son. And he's not moving in with me. My mum would move in with me. So, this white car has got its lights flashing outside my bedroom window, and I've had a migraine. So you've got bright orange lights flickering outside your bedroom window. A guy with a cap, not as tall as my son, speaks to his blonde girlfriend in a car with his kids in it. They're outside that window for an hour with the car lights flickering on and off. Eventually it drives off. Then the next door neighbour to the left comes in with a black car, and then a guy with a cap like my son wears gets out of it. My son does not smoke. He doesn't smoke. My son does not smoke cigarettes. He's like a personal trainer. He's a fitness bloke. He's very tall. He's very wide, and he doesn't smoke. And at the moment, he's not driving a car. He comes down to see me on the train, right? So they park near my bedroom window. At the moment, that space is empty. It's completely empty. There's no one parked outside. So it's 7:47. Oh, there's a white car outside with red wing mirrors. So 7:47. And I live in Rochester. My plants are coming along, aren't they? So you've seen them this morning. This is getting on for 8 in the evening. There's Max. Yeah, I've just had a nasty headache. It's been quite bad actually. And it's just weird because my mum said to me that she didn't feel ill. She felt ill. Sorry. Come on, Max. Come in. So, I have been wearing a yellow coat. I haven't been wearing a hat today. And I wear glasses because I'm short-sighted. I'm tired. This is me. This is how I am. This is how it's going to stay. Right? So, I felt like being sick. I've had a nasty headache. I had a different takeaway yesterday. It could have been that. I mean, you could get food poisoning if a burger isn't cooked properly. I don't know what it is, but I've managed to get myself outside and walk Max. Even though I felt awful, a bout of depression came on after I felt ill as well. My mum has not rung me since this morning. Jennifer hasn't. And I started to feel ill and get a bad stomach. So I took Max out, I threw some rubbish in the bin, and somebody has left squashed tomatoes on the floor. Someone's been down the rubbish again and squashed tomatoes and rotten food into the floor. And as you well know, I've been out. I went down Rochester High Street. I bought myself 2 burgers in a packet, and I've got food in the cupboard. I've also got a Tesco delivery coming tomorrow. Tesco's. The lift is still not working, and that poor chap has got to carry the shopping up the stairs, which is 2 bags of cat litter and mineral water, etc., etc. Because Hyde Housing and Jackson's Lifts have not mended the lift, and anybody that has anything delivered, they've got to climb up the stairs, including people that aren't well, feel sick. You've got to climb up and down the stairs because the lift is broken. I took on this flat because I thought there would be a working lift. And as I said before, if it keeps happening, I'm going to get in touch with a local MP or the newspaper because this is ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid. We're not having what happened in 2008. My father, Derek, is dead. And if anyone comes to stay with me, it'd be my mother and it'd be two women together. Right? I had this all before in 2008. Calling ambulances out because I had chest pain. I've been through all this before. It's massive heartburn. That's all it is. And heartburn makes you feel like you can't breathe. So somebody shut all the communal windows. This is exactly what happened at Gloucestershire in the court case when I was trying to get my son back. They shut all the windows when I needed air, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I've opened a window, right? I can cope on my own without interfering idiots. People that interfere. So I took Max out for a walk. The guy with the dog, Rena, was walking in front of me. There was another loose dog and the couple were pretending they didn't see me, but the dog didn't run anywhere near Max. But that dog with that black dog, Rena, was in front of me and I was behind him. I'm sick of people's play acting. I'm sick of being bullied, and it's just silly. I will not be conditioned, controlled. I'm a woman and I want to dress like a woman and be a woman, right? I will not be controlled and bullied. I have every right to speak to people. What's wrong with talking to someone? I don't want to be stuck indoors all day feeling sick and ill like I did as a child. This happened to me as a child. I spent a lot of time in bed being ill with migraines and vomiting, not being able to play with other kids. I don't want to be controlled anymore. Migraines are nasty, they're debilitating. It can take 3 days up to 2 weeks to recover from a full-blown migraine. And that was brought on by strong smells and loud noises. They're nasty, they're horrible, they're debilitating. And I hadn't been getting them so much. But I took a phone call this morning and it's just weird. My mum said to me she had a stomach ache. Then all of a sudden I have this massive stomach ache, a massive migraine, and I feel like I'm going to be sick. And that's after I came back from Rochester High Street. And all you can smell outside this building is weed and ganja. Weed. Just makes me ill. I don't mind. If people want to smoke, they can smoke. I've got no problem with it, but I just don't like it. It makes me feel ill. It affects my lungs. I can't breathe and it makes me feel ill and sick. Weed does. Anyway, I'm sat in my flat. At 9 o'clock I'm going to watch Celebrity Jungle, South Africa. There's nothing wrong with me. I think, also, the Alsatian barked at me and Max. Great big guard dog Alsatian. So that's happened again. Just trying to frighten me to stay indoors, and I've got to take him out for a walk, and he's tiny, isn't he? Look, how big is a massive Alsatian compared to Max? It's up here. Is there really need for this intimidation? Is there any need for it? I mean, what are they scared of? I'm just telling my version of what goes on every day, and I'm telling the truth. And more people are beginning to tell the truth. You know, people that are looking after people are not caring for people. I've just watched the news, and there was a suicide patient being left to her own devices because the person looking after her had fallen asleep, had gone to sleep. And she was supposed to be looking after someone who was suicidal. This is ridiculous. And I'll say something else. Depression is serious. You don't take away somebody's taking things away from me, so I feel depressed. I get punished when I talk to somebody. Before I went into Rochester Library, I'd spoken to a chap with a dog. And he was very, very nice, and he spoke to me. I went into the library and I had women ignoring me, women acting rude and horrible to me. 2 or 3 women being really nasty and horrible. I felt like I was punished for speaking to a member of the opposite sex. That's by women. That's what I felt like. If I was behind a counter, I worked behind a desk. I worked for the civil service as a bankruptcy clerk. And I was shy, but I didn't ignore people when they came in the door. You say, good morning, hello, can I help you? You don't look at somebody like that and snatch things off them. But that seems to be the way of the world at the moment. Some staff seem to think you're a piece of shit you can abuse. And it makes me laugh, all these signs up, don't be abusive to staff, but they can treat you like shit. She just, like she had something stuck up her nose. I'm sick of being treated like that. All they are is librarian assistants, they're not God. Jesus. 2 library assistants, females, really rude to me and ignorant. And I won't stop going in that library because I like to read and I like to learn. But the women get all snooty when I've spoken to a member of the opposite sex. They get all snooty with me. I'm not a nasty person, I'm a nice person, and I want to develop my social skills. But when I've got people, I walk into a library and I'm being ignored and somebody waves their hair and, you know, like that, just to get either attention, which you're going to get the wrong attention, irritating and making someone annoyed. I've lived in Chatham since 2008, right, and I've just disgusting behaviour from adult women. It's really, really rude. No respect. And then I go into a charity shop, I'm served by this guy who puts my things in bags, and he speaks to me like a human being, a man. But the women, they were rude to me. It hurts. I don't want to get angry. It hurts. It hurts. It makes you feel depressed. I went into the ladies' toilet. Into the ladies' toilet. I'm a female, right? 3 women were chatting to each other inside the female toilet in Rochester Library. When I walked into the toilet, they all walked out. I'm a woman. And I've always been a woman. And then I go into the cathedral and this page is out with Derek Chapman. And that reminds me of my father, Derek. You know? It's alright, Max. Don't get upset. Max! Don't get upset, Max. going to get on with the rest of my evening, but how the hell am I supposed to meet a man with all these women sniping at me? See you later.